Hey coaches, Coach Lasker here on a mission as always to help coaches at all levels master the quarterback knowledge transfer process. As always, please do like and subscribe so we can find more coaches and help them get in sync with their QBs. So you've been asking and we wanted to release it today. Here's our new updated 7-on-7 Air Raid and Youth Passing System Playbook. As always, we are tackle football coaches at our core, so we are going to run our core concepts with no change. We love the route combinations within them and really believe, since they are used at every level from youth to the pros, this is valuable for every quarterback and receiver core to learn these routes and these combinations. We're going to use the same quarterback key to start our quarterback pre-snap to the next snap process, just like our tackle teams. And I used to really believe that 7-on-7 was a waste of time if it wasn't connected to a tackle team. Now, while I still do believe that that's how 7-on-7 should be used, the last few seasons, I've started to see 7-on-7 and the rise of flag as almost a separate sport. So I've softened my stance a bit. Now, again, we are always going to run our core concepts and route combinations because they're great. They're great tools to teach at every level. But to really compete in these competitive tournaments against other programs that are literally only playing 7-on-7 as a sport year round, we had to make a few tweaks. And for us, it means the backside of our quick game and then our fifth receiver when we go empty in our dropback game plays. Now I'm going to take you quickly through our downloadable PDF playbook and go over a few key points. But after this is over, please do go to playerbook.com and download the PDF or an editable PowerPoint version that you can tweak if you want to change it to your needs. So as I mentioned, we're always going to start our coaching process with our quarterbacks knowing the pre-snap keys. And if you've watched my recent Youth Passing System webinar series, you know that I've streamlined it. I used to try to coach 5 pre-snap keys before every snap with my quarterback, and we've streamlined it all the way down to 1 pre-snap key. Is your first read open by alignment? This one question gets your quarterback locked into his first read and the defender that could potentially affect if he can throw it to his first read. And also, it gets his mind thinking about his second read if that first read is not open. So we just love this process. You don't need to teach, what defensive coverage it is at this point. That one question will get them on the right track and solve all the other questions in one easy answer. Obviously, with that, the quarterback needs to understand which is the target defender he is reading to answer that question. Is your first read open by alignment? So as you can see in this diagram, we highlight it on the playbook card so it's easy to learn and teach for your players. Also, your quarterback should be able to tell you their progression whenever you ask. It should get to a point where you can sneak up behind them when they're getting off the bus or at the grocery store and you say, hey, what's your read on Y corner? And they snap an answer back, corner, snag, shoot. And you should be able to ask them, hey, what's your read on Y cross? And they snap back an answer, go cross dig. And as you see on this card, we make it real obvious and easy to see what the read and progression is on every one of these and identify the conflict defender. All right, so let's move on to our quick game concepts for 7-on-7. As you probably know, I love 3 quick game concepts. On all my webinar series that you guys have watched, you'll see me run stick, corner, and fade out. And the reason that we chose these 3 concepts is because all 3 of these concepts attack the same 3 pieces of grass. And so for the quarterbacks, they are reading it the exact same way on all 3 of these plays. It allows quarterbacks to play fast, really understand who they're identifying in all 3 of these. It's the cornerback pre-snap, so he can make the same reads and progressions every single time, allowing him to play fast, never have any confusion, and throw to the right receiver and make the right decision every single time. Now, what you might be asking, okay, yes, that is the exact same air raid offense and youth passing system offense that we've discussed in the past. That's true. But again, in these 7-on-7 tournaments where we are playing against teams that only do 7-on-7 in flag year round, we have to do something to attack the center of the field. There's always gaps in the center of the field on these plays. So you'll see on all 3 of these quick game plays, we're going to have our backside H, run a dig, try to find grass at about 10 to 12 yards in the middle of the field between linebackers. They're really hunting grass out there. And we teach them, obviously, in our air raid offense how to do that. If you're not sure how to teach receivers to see grass and take grass, you can click the link below. I'll direct you to the Youth Passing System webinar series. We have all types of specialty drills for receivers to do just this, okay? And then, as you might know, we always love to pair digs with posts running behind it, because when we start hitting these digs over and over and over in these safeties' faces, they start peeking down and getting real nosy, and then we can take a shot play over the top with that post coming behind. So that's the big difference with our quick game plays modified for 7-on-7. Let's move on to our dropback game plays. Our dropback game plays are pretty much going to be the same as our air raid concepts that you know so well. Of course, we have 4 verts, everyone's favorite. We have mesh, shallow, and cross. They're all deadly plays in their own right, and we're excited to be able to run them in 7-on-7. Now, there are a few little tweaks that I want to show you. So first of all, you guys probably know we love running 4 verts against a single high safety, because we can run seams and make that safety wrong. That has not changed. And also, you've seen in our past webinars, if we see a too high safety look, those seams convert automatically into digs. I just want to make clear, we see a ton of cover 2 man under. Just want to make sure everyone understands, against a man defense, those digs continue across the field. We obviously don't want to sit in grass if someone's chasing us. Just like in mesh, when we sit in open grass against zone coverage, or when we run our snags in the corner concept, those convert automatically and the receivers just keep running. And I just want to make sure that we are using those same rules with verts. Also, since we have this 5th receiver RT or running back in our traditional tackle teams, running some seams, either clearing out or again setting them up for some type of shot place. As you can see here, this is laser Y shallow or late Y shallow, as we might have in a game, but we are going to run the T on a delayed seam. So again, he can run off the safety, or we can set them up for a shot play later if they stop paying attention to him. And then the last thing I'll say on drop back game is on mesh. We give the quarterbacks the ability to check out the leverage before the snap of a cornerback. Whichever outside receiver has better leverage on their cornerback, or they just have a better matchup in general, will allow them to pick the side. Typically, if it's a new quarterback, we want them just understanding leverage and attacking that side of the field and starting their progression there. So that's the playbook, folks. And don't forget, fellas, we created this new proprietary quarterback decision-making software where your quarterbacks can literally play these plays against defensive coverages that you see on their phones, not on VR. Only 3% of the world has VR. And it really is a pain in the butt to wear that clunky thing on your face. You're basically wearing a computer laptop on your face, which is ridiculous. The world's not ready for VR yet. Maybe in a couple years they will be, and it won't be. You won't have to wear a stinking computer on your face. But for now, we put this on their mobile phones so coaches can come, draw their plays just like any other playbook, draw the defense. But ours turns it into a video game that they can get on their mobile phones. All they have to do is download it. All they have to do is download it from their app store, Google or Apple. We did both for you guys. So now not only can they look at your playbook like this, like we're talking about in 2D, but now they can play it on their phones. And you can actually see reports coming back your way about if they chose the right receiver or not. And then you guys have something to talk about at practice and really focus on what really needs to be done at practice and not waste time with things that they might understand really well. Okay. All right. Thanks again, coaches. Again, you can download the PDF version of this playbook or an editable PowerPoint version of this playbook at playerbook.com. Follow the link below. Before you do that, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.